you guys go in there, you'll see the first learning unit is there for you, Introduction to Android. Okay, if you go into Introduction to Android, you will see that there is a video on the history of Android, okay, which you guys are very welcome to go and watch. And it will also give you, what if I don't take you through how Android Studio uses OOP. Okay, all right. Everything we're going to build with today, come on, PC Learn. There is a video that you guys can go and watch. So here's a very nice video that talks you through Git and GitHub. And then everything I'm going to do now is in video. So if anybody had load shedding, they just come and follow here. Okay. So it has connecting your Android Studio to Git. It has to commit and push changes to Git in Android Studio. And it has how to clone a repo in Android Studio. And this, if we're done with this, we're actually done with Learning Unit 1. Okay. And then you guys will see here is the lesson plan that you can have a look at. Plan is in YouTube videos that could help you. We're just going to download it. But in there, am I not sharing my screen?
No.
I can't see your screen. I can't see the
Can you see
screen sharing.
Okay, and now, can you see?
Nothing. I can't see anything.
Nothing at the moment.
Literally just blank.
Okay. And what do you see now if I click here? Also nothing.
Shows an
I'm going to try one more time. Sorry, you guys. It's probably because of my really crap internet right now. Because I'm running it off my mobile phone in a corner in my lounge. Can you see it now?
Yes, can see it now.
You should be seeing. Okay. So what I was showing you like a moron is if you come into VC Learn, there is under Help, Serena Material. Okay. Do you guys see this? If you click on that, it's going to bring you to Learning Unit 1, which is Introduction to Android. And if you click in there, it will take you through. Just give VC Learn and my wonderful internet. But it will take you through the history of Android, which has videos in it. And what we are looking at right now is Git in Android Studio. So yours won't take forever to load because you won't be running currently on like GSM. Okay, so if you click on Git in Android Studio, every single thing that we're going to do right now, there is a video that you can go and follow. And everything I do in class, I will always make sure that there's videos for you guys on Learn because of load shedding, because of internet, because of COVID, you name it. Okay, so the first video takes you through what is Git. Then it shows you how to connect Android Studio to Git, how to commit and push changes to Git, and how to clone a repo in Android Studio. So this is all on VC Learn for you guys, as well as Slick, where I went through how to pull in an image for you, how to set an on-tick listener. You can also go watch that lecture under online lectures. You will see it's right there. Okay, so you can go watch all of this. Will be there for you in VC Learn, so don't freak out. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so can you see my Android Studio window right now? Someone needs to say yes or no.
Yes, we can see. Hold on, I can see.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, because I can't see you guys. Okay, so let's just start. So the first thing after you have installed Git is we need to make sure that Android Studio can see Git. Okay, so we go to File, and we go to Settings. I'm also not wearing my glasses, so this is going away very well. And you're going to see there's Git here and GitHub. We're going to talk about GitHub later. For now, we're just going to look at Git. Okay, so we're going to click on Git, and you see here mine says is auto detected. And if I click on test here, it's going to say Git executed successfully, Git version 2.25.0. So that's the very first thing you do. If you don't have auto detected here, you just browse to where your Git is installed. Find the git.exe file. Okay, and it's always in git cmd git.exe. And if you're stuck, you take a photo for me on WhatsApp and you send it to me. So that's the first thing we do. Okay, so that's going to Git. I'm going to drop both of my accounts here so that we'll look at the same stuff. So I also now have nothing here for GitHub. Okay. What we do is we now want to hook Android up to GitHub. Now remember, guys, Git is technology, and GitHub and like Google and AWS, they have the products. Like chocolate is chocolate, and then we get KitKat and all of that stuff. Okay, so it's just different brands that's offering the same thing. So Git is what we're actually working with. So VCS stands for Version Control System. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And do you see, here's all that stuff I was typing in that command prompt, which I said you don't have to do in the command prompt. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to upload stuff for you guys to help you with getting the command prompt, because it's almost twice as fast, and it's often something your employer is looking for. Okay, so we've now written a cracker app. That's what you're looking at here is a wonderful working app. Okay, and we want to push this out. So we go to VCS and we go import into version control. Can you guys all see this? So do you see here is all different. There's Mercurial, there's Google source repositories, and you can actually add other ones here if you wanted to. Out of the box, and there's Subversion, out of the box Android supports these. We're going to use GitHub because VC gets a rebate. Okay, so we go share project on GitHub. And it's going to ask you to log into GitHub with your username and password. And mine is serenacm@gmail.com. It is highly likely that I don't remember what password. Okay, hold on, give me 5 seconds. But you put in your password, the correct password. Okay, let me try the other one. Please don't forget your passwords. You put in your password and you say login, and it will take you straight to GitHub. You guys see that it's picking up my repos inside GitHub as well? So you won't get this. It will only show you your one repo. I'm going to say share anyway, and it's going to hook my Android up to GitHub. It's going to make a brand new repository for this current app, or you could choose a current repository. I'm going to say share, and that is how you do it in Android. It's very, very easy, and you're going to see that it's going to start pushing it, all of this at the back end for you. So that's the starts of Git. Okay, and remember we use Git for version control. So Git is used for 4 things. I broke my app really badly. Thank the bloody Pope. There is a project on Git. Are you guys okay with that? We are all working together on a project. So we have the main project and the master branch, and we all work in different branches. And as we finish a functionality, we merge it into the main app. So if you were writing an e-commerce app and one was doing the cart and one was doing the DB backend, you do those in branches. And when you're done, you merge them into the main. And you pray there's no merge conflicts. All right. And we also use Git to just make sure that we always have the latest changes, because you will see everything that's up here in red is because I haven't pushed it up to Git. Okay. If I now go to File and Settings, you will see under GitHub, there is the account that I've just added. And that's the account. And you can have multiples here by just clicking the plus and adding accounts here. So you can work with multiple GitHub accounts. I have just forgotten the password to my very real GitHub account, and I'm currently panicking and I might vomit. So no. Okay. This is how we hook up to Kit. It's very, very easy. And how do we push to Kit? Well, we can push from here, or we can go to VCS, and we can commit and push from here. But we will look at this in the next class. We will push our up to GitHub in the next class. The last thing I just want to do is I want to go over what we were supposed to do to make sure that you guys are comfortable. So just be careful for a couple of pitfalls we have all seen. You have to choose the correct, first of all, choose an empty activity. If you choose no activity, you have to create one from scratch. Okay, these activities you guys can use later when you have a better grasp of Android, except for the C++, that's the NDK. But these activities add stuff in that you need to understand. So in OPSC 7311, you're actually going to code a navigation drawer up from scratch. You're going to add a scrolling activity. You're going to build all of the stuff that is in here up from the ground up. And then once we understand the background and how stuff works, we can use the built-in. There's like a big warning for you guys here. Make sure there's no example in there. I don't know how many test apps I've made, okay? Make sure your language is Java and not Kotlin. Okay, so Android is going to Kotlin. VC will eventually move to Kotlin, but only once there's more Kotlin than Java. And then we just have to take a look at the on-click listener and the drawable, and then I will let you guys go, and then in the next class, we'll start adding functionality to this app. However, I do not know how long this is going to take now for mine. And there you see your Gradle building for you. And remember, the Gradle is a gift. Even though it breaks to the point that you want to slice all your wrists, the errors aren't like the world's worst Greek. And yeah, like one wrong line in the Gradle and you sweat bricks for 2 hours. The Gradle builds all of this for you, where you had to memorize it, make this folders, build it, and link it up for yourself pre-Gradle, like when I was young. Okay, and just so that we remember, every project will have an app folder, and in the app folder is the source folder that contains our source code, and the rest folder that contains our UI elements. The rest folder is represented by this R. Okay, so we have to pull everything from res into Android, and we can only do that by using the R class. And in the last class, I wanted to show you guys the R class, but my app hadn't finished building. So I actually still can't show you the R class because we have to build a whole app, and we're sweet running out of time here. But I will show you the R class. But just really quick, this activity that I gave you guys today was to get an image for you going, and images in Android, I don't know, it's in my folders. If you see anything that upsets you, I'm so sorry. So let's just find an image. Hold on. I don't know if you guys are hearing my children singing. I apologize. We're working on that. We'll send them for lessons. Okay, so say we choose this little guy here. I'm just going to rename him because it's going to cause a lot of issues. So remember, image views you want really all in small letters, no capitals allowed, and underscores, no special characters, nothing like this. We copy images straight into our drawable folder. It's this easy to get an image into Android. Okay. And you see right now here it's asking me, it's picking up that it hasn't known this. So it's asking me, do you want to add this file to Git? Do you guys see that? And we say yes, because it's continuously checking if I have the same everywhere. And in our layout, we will always have a Java class that matches up with an XML file. And in this XML file, we can do things in text, so we can do things in design. I'm partial to text. I'm seeing all of you guys like design. I'm hoping to convert you. When we now pull in that image view, we should find our image there. And we can just add it in and resize it. And we are in constraint view, which is the spawn of Satan. So we have to constrain this. In the next couple of classes, we're going to start looking at linear view and the others, which doesn't make you do this thing. But they all have their their good and bad sides. And there's also this thing that's really cool, which is infer constraints. And if you just click it, it will auto constraint for you. And if you want to add a button, we just drag in that button. And we don't want this text view, we just delete it. And we freaking have to constrain the button, but I'm going to auto infer there. And we get the button. And I just want to make sure you're all okay with the unclick and this little step here. No. So, and remember, we call in buttons like you would a variable. So we're going to say, and that's what I'm actually doing here is bad practice, and I should actually slap myself on the wrist. Keep your buttons named the same everywhere. Like you would declare a variable, you declare a button. And like you would in a variable, you instantiate the button. But what you're doing here with the find view by ID, r.id, what did I call that button? I didn't fix it. And when we instantiate it, and to get listeners, if we now do click me, dot set, there is a lot. And there's also dot add. There is 1,000 things that we can do here, as you guys can see. They all work exactly the same. Unclick listener, new unclick listener. And what this is going to do is pass an entire interface in here. That I for you tells interface. When you see an empty method, you should think interface. And this view here is the view class, which we'll talk about later. But OOP is rife in here. So you have just passed in a class and called in an interface inside a method. And to do it first, you just choose the second option. And you guys are lucky, you type all of this out yourself. And you run your app, and it will click on your button. Are you guys okay? I have lost you. Damn it, where are you there? Are you guys okay? Do you want to run away? Will you survive? Do you need a hug? Actually, I take that back. There will be no hugs, COVID. Don't want to be arrested. Tremaine, did that solve any of the issues you were facing? Okay, and then your Gradle is going to build and it's going to run on your emulator. Here pops up my emulator. I should have chosen a different emulator. This is a crap emulator. And once this is done, can we go into that R class? And if someone reminds me in the next class, and you guys, I'm really doof, so you need to remind me of stuff, and you mustn't ever think you will. Sure, Charmaine, we'll have to take a look at that. Maybe contact me like tomorrow morning. You must never be afraid to tell me I've forgotten something or I haven't done something or anything like that. You must remind. Here's the rules for WhatsApp, okay? You're very welcome to WhatsApp me, but my brain is like Swiss cheese. So if you've asked me for something and I haven't answered you, you have to harass me. And I will never shout at you and go like, what the hell were you thinking? Why did you send me 6 WhatsApps? I'll be like, oh, shit, I need to answer the students. So you're welcome to send me code. You're welcome to ask me questions. You're also welcome to push yourselves. I would really appreciate it if you did push yourselves harder and further with Android. So if you are done with what we've done today, push further, ask me questions. But now we're still waiting for that bloody app to build. We have 7 more minutes. Do the other lecturers give you guys a break? Like, do you get a 10-minute break in between your online lectures? Raise your hand if you've been having breaks. Do you think you need breaks? Okay, so once this emulator has installed this app, which it is currently doing, it will build that R class for us. And we can then go see what the F is this and why the hell we do it. And if you want to be a good programmer, you have to know what's happening. You can't just have this line of code there and go like, shop, it works. That means you're damn dangerous. You need to know where this comes from and what it means. And we will look at that in the next class. Also, why does Android build this for me? How does it work? Where does it come from? We'll look at that in the next class. And we're also going to start playing with layouts. So we're going to start making beautiful UIs. And here is the one thing. I'm strict about 2 things. And that is good coding standards. So don't call your variables crap stuff. It's good coding standards and pretty UIs. Because with mobile apps, people do not buy ugly. Okay, have you downloaded an app that's ugly and kept using it? I doubt. Let's see if our app runs. Watch mine crash now. So there's our ugly app. And I'm waiting for it to come to life so that I can click on it for you so you can see your button. Come on, emulator. But by now my R class is built. And I should be able to go into that R class and go dig there. See, there's my R class and it extends object. So we can start fiddling with all of this. Oops, sorry, I didn't do that. Everything's fine. We'll fiddle with all of this in the very next class. So if we click the button now, it will pop a toast message. Where is my toast? That says boo. That's simple. That's a toast. You have power over the duration there. The length right now is short. We can make the length long. And you don't have to reinstall your entire app. You have 2 options on here for run app and apply changes. So you can also do that so that you don't go through a massive Gradle build. Every time it will just apply the changes for you. I think we should wrap it. So you can see now it's just applying that one change. Yours should not take as long as mine does, but like everything here, I have 2 instances of Visual Studio running and Android Studio, and I'm very bad, very, very bad with stuff like this. Right, my cookies, will you survive? Oh, sis, I have to rerun this up. Okay, are you all right? Do you want to now go and enjoy the rest of your evening? And I will see you guys next week again. The length here will just make your toast display a bit longer. And the other one that we have that's pretty cool is snack bar. So pop-up messages, we have toast and we have snack bar. Snack bar is a slightly bigger message that pops up for a longer time. And in the next class, we're going to work on this ugliness here. And I'm going to take you into linear layouts, but it's totally up to you which linear you prefer, which linear, clearly I'm biased, which layout you prefer. Do you have any questions? Okay, that was a stupid question. Obviously, you're not going to ask me questions. Okay, raise your hand if you feel comfortable WhatsApping me as questions come up when you're working on code. Okay. Are you guys going to now, between now and next week, actually work on Android Studio and see if you can get stuff going? Because here is what I want next. I want you to go look in your textbook. There is an app there called StarSox. Okay? So, and there's an app there called StarSox, and it uses scroll views and intents. And we're going to have to start looking at scroll views and intents and text views and edit texts and stuff like that in the next class. You're going to work in your groups. We're going to push this up. We're going to work on it until it's pretty. In the next class, we'll also push to GitHub, and you need to share your repo with me. You are free to go. Okay, bye guys. See you next week. Sorry for the intermittent internet problems. Cheers.
Mommy.
Yes, Nuki.
Baby up.